Hi, welcome back to our channel. We are Chase and Melia, and today we are going to react to Loren Daigle. Oh man,
we've never done that.
Yeah,
and we've avoided it for a reason.
Yeah,
yeah.
What's our reason?
Let's talk about our feelings about Loren Daigle.
Okay.
She's a beautiful woman.
She's so pretty.
That's not what I meant. I meant she's a child of God. We love her. She is talented. She is anointed. She's all the things. But we have not been big fans of her voice.
Okay.
And let's talk about why. I think we should start with this.
Okay. I know, but
why not?
I was going to get there. Okay. I was saying, so I think in 2017, maybe
early
2018 was the first time I heard Loren Daigle. I was like, ooh, man, there's like a lot of this, a lot of that. Mm-hmm. I will say, in the past, since then, she has only gotten better. Every year.
100%.
That's where I'm going to start. So in the beginning, we were like, that's a little rough, little smoky barroom singer.
Yes.
And like, a
little gruff.
A little gruff and growly. And while that might sound really good, I was like, ooh, that's going to be tough, to keep up, especially as a touring artist, especially as a person who's getting older.
And a young person.
Yeah.
I think she's our age, I'm pretty sure, about the same age as us. Oh. So early 30s. So she is not like old by any means. And she started, she's our age. 1991, exactly. She started her career, I think, in her 20s, early 20s, mid 20s, something like that. Like her touring, like actual taken off a career, music career. Yeah. But I think the thing that always kind of struck us about her was that it felt like her voice, as it was, sounded unsustainable. We were worried that long term, she was not going to have a voice a decade later. And here we are nearly a decade later, and I think she sounds better than she has ever sounded. And I've noticed it over the last few years, and I actually don't know anything about her vocal journey. These are all speculations that we make, but I truly believe she's done something, like taken voice lessons, worked on her voice, whatever it is. I feel like she's done something because she tours still, and you can't sing in a way that is really rough on your voice, like with a lot of tension, with under-supported. You can't do that. 4 or 5 tour. Minutes a week, you can't do it.
And on tour, you don't get as much sleep. You're
absolutely. You're traveling. That automatically affects things.
Yeah, you get sick. It's just that's why Justin Bieber and like a lot most really big recording artists have had either vocal surgery or have had some sort of vocal issue.
Yep.
And so we just thought it was just right in line with everybody else. But I think that she's actually had a lot of really wonderful success and just only gotten better.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited.
And I saw a clip of this performance. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I saw a clip of this performance, and I was so excited because not only are we reacting to Loren Daigle, we're also reacting to Lauren Allred. If you don't know who that is, she sang Never Enough, so has been a phenomenal voice in the name of music, kind of like musical theater, belty songs, and they're singing together. And what I noticed was, back in the day, you would have heard those voices together and they would have been night and day different. And I hear such great, incredible similarities to their voice. And I'm really excited to react to this and learn from this. And we hope that you guys enjoy it. Do you want to say who we are?
Yeah, if you've never been to the channel, we are Chase and Melia, and we are singers. We went to school for singing. Yep. We have worked as singers for 10,
a decade now.
Years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we are still actively singing and just on our own singing journey as well. So what we like to do with these videos is we like to see what the professionals are doing and break it down so that we can get better at singing, and hopefully you can get better at singing too. Yeah. So we're going to be starting, and we're also coming from a place of both knowledge but also of learning. So we want to try to hear what's going on, but we don't always get it right. But we also at times we know what we're talking about. Sometimes.
And I think too, remember, we're not trying to give them a voice lesson. No. We're trying to unpack what we think they're doing and help you guys in your journey when you're maybe even singing these exact songs.
Oh man.
How would you approach it? What are the things we're noticing and how they're doing it? Just from our experience as singers and students of the voice.
Absolutely.
So let's get started.
Oh, I don't know who
recap and talk about it for a little bit?
Yeah.
What do you think? Because you haven't heard it at all yet.
What do you mean?
You haven't heard this performance at all. What are your initial thoughts?
Phrasing. Oh, so good. There are stylistic choices, I would say, that are toward a direction that isn't. We talk a lot about efficiency on the channel, and there are choices you can make that rob you from a little bit of efficiency, but also give you the effect that you're looking for.
Yeah.
I think she's really warm. It's really round and really soft.
Like Julia Child.
Yeah,
kinda.
but even it doesn't have this bite that she does right here.
Yes, the bite.
Right
Let's
here.
talk about that.
Right here.
I want to talk about that.
She goes like this. I'd probably fall off the edge.
Ooh, it's so good.
Oh.
I feel it in my bones.
So I think
I agree.
it's a stylistic thing.
Yeah.
But I also think when you want to sound, so growing up, I wanted to be Michael Bublé. I want to sound like Michael Bublé. I wanted to sing like Michael Bublé. And I got, I'll only ever be the Temu and Shine version of Michael Bublé. And I, that's when I kind of started that maybe I just need to sound like myself. Right. Now, the reason I say that is because a lot of people want to sound like Loren Daigle. Oh my gosh, why wouldn't you?
Yep.
But when you go for that round sound, you're going to notice your voice gets tired. You're going to notice it's going to be a little bit like, ooh, like I can only sing like one or two songs and I'm done. And so that's why on this channel, if you've ever watched any of our other videos, we're constantly on this thing about efficiency, about clarity, about all of that stuff. So Hannah, that kind of stuff makes me go, oh yeah, and it looked easy for her,
good.
right?
It did.
And so that's why I would say that's where we lean. That's where our stylistic choices would probably differ.
Yeah.
Can I look up the words to this? So I wanna try to show you guys a little bit what I mean, because it's just and this is where I might be crazy. I believe you can get the same effect while having that clarity, while having, you can have that really nice warm tone while having that clarity.
Yeah.
And this is in a weird part of my voice.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I'd go if you ever let go, so keep me held in your hands. Now, I haven't practiced that a whole bunch, but having that clarity, I don't think takes away from the intimacy of it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of our whole deal.
Yeah.
Is that why make your voice more tired than you need to? Especially if you're a touring working musician. Every time that you can't do it, that's the time that is going to hurt your career, or maybe you don't get paid or whatever, or like you have to take the night off because you're shot.
Yeah.
And I've been there, right?
Yeah.
I had to, there was a whole few months that I had to go on vocal rest, and I was the lead in a musical and had 4 choirs, and it was like a whole deal. And so that's the only reason why that's kind of my my soapbox is because it robbed me of some very important times. Yeah. And so that's the only reason why we bring it up. It's not because it's not make you melt beautiful, because it is.
Do you feel like she carries? So I feel like I hear that warmness, and like I feel like it's very different than her old way of singing. Like her original way of singing was very like crunchy. Like you could hear you could hear more. I don't hear it as much. I hear a little bit of it because it is so much of her sound that people love. Like
she made a whole career.
It's her whole career.
Of course.
So I hear a little bit of it for stylistic sake. But when she goes up into that part of her voice, like where we're talking about on that chorus, I don't really hear it there. So are you talking about it in that place? Like, are you talking about hearing that?
I'm mostly talking about those super round vowels.
Round vowels, okay.
Where I'd be if I didn't.
So you're talking about like B instead of B.
B versus B.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that at least, I believe it's so much easier.
Yeah. So vowels is what you're talking about at this point.
Where I'd be if I didn't know you, I'd probably fall off the edge.
Can you sing that with the same amount of air, though, that you were with the other way?
I think I was out of breath.
Okay.
That was all the air.
Okay.
And the reason why you feel like it's less air is because a lot of it's the hiss. I'm losing a lot of the air without it making more sound.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and I would say I totally agree that like it's so turned down. She's got it in a really wonderful place where she's still got her kind of signature, a little bit breathy, soft voice, while actually having a lot more efficiency, a lot more clarity than she used to have.
Absolutely. Well, let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop
There's
too
even
much.
more. Yeah.
And I don't know where I'd go if you ever let go. So keep me out in your hands. You're my safe place, my hideaway, my anchor, my saving grace. You're my constant, my steadiness. You're my shelter, my oxygen. I don't know who I'd be if I didn't know you. Thank God I do.
I just gotta pause one more time.
Yes.
If you want to know how to phrase well, get the lyrics and follow where she is. And I would put a check mark or whatever. Mark where she breathes.
Yeah.
And specifically where she doesn't breathe.
Yep.
Right? Because a lot of people would go, I've got the lyrics, let me pull it up. I don't know who I'd be if I didn't know you. I'd probably fall off the edge. I don't, you know what I mean? Where it's like this section, every 2 measures is how we would say it. Don't breathe every 2 measures. Mix it up. I don't know who I'd be if I didn't know you. I'd probably fall off the edge.
It's so powerful.
And sometimes she breathes, who I'd be if I did. And that way she goes through edge into the next I don't. And so
it's cool.
It not only is it about, okay, don't breathe here, have longer phrases.
Yeah.
It's also change it up.
Yeah.
Do the next one when you sing the same thing twice. Do the next one where you carry over where you just breathed the last time.
Yeah.
Right? Or where everyone
Super
expects you to
artistic,
breathe.
yeah.
Get a breath somewhere before that and go straight through it. It makes people go, oh.
Yeah.
People
That's
like me
totally
on the
how
internet.
it feels on this. Yeah.
It's like people like me on the internet are melting because you just didn't breathe where I thought you would.
Absolutely.
It's that much. It's that simple.
Yeah. It's very artful. It's
very
beautiful.
artistry.
It's beautiful.
Extreme
It's
artistry.
extreme artistry. Okay, let's keep going.
Artistry.
It's artists. It's artistic.
Extremely artistic.
Artistic. That's a real word. Okay.
That is also
that's the one.
a word.
Okay.
These are all words.
Also, can I just say, it looks easy. It doesn't look like she's straining, right? Like, I don't feel like I'm watching her work really, really hard. She looks like she is just floating, just singing, letting it happen, and I love that.
Her breath is so
dope.
consistent, and it's so good. It's like, we talk all the time about people, their voices riding the air rather than your voice being pushed by your air.
Yeah.
It lands with it, and your voice uses your air. Your air doesn't drive your voice.
Absolutely.
So,
yes.
she's just really sending it consistently, and that's why she has long phrases, is because she can use it the whole time.
Yeah.
It's great.
So
it's
good.
Fantastic.
Would y'all please help me welcome to the stage Miss Loren Allred. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough.
Should we already talk about that?
What?
Just her resonance. I think if you want to talk about, we do this a lot and we love when we see people that sing with other people, because then you can do comparisons. Like, I think it's easy for us to talk about what we're saying with Loren's voice, Loren Daigle, and how she has a little bit like warm. Husky. I can't even remember the words we've used. I feel like the resonance, though, when you hear Loren Allred, even just that first line, there is such a clear an efficient resonance that I'm hearing.
It's the mask. It's the sinuses.
The singer's
your
mask.
nose.
Absolutely. And I think that a large a large part of that comes from vowels and use of air. Mm-hmm. So we talk about air and vowel all the time on our channel being like everything you need for singing. And I think that she's a great example already of efficient vowels, which means forward vowels, versus what we've talked about a little bit already with the warmer, rounder vowels.
Wide kind of mouth,
Again, Loren Daigle's from Louisiana and has we talk about this too on our channel. Like when you listen to her speak, that's how she sings.
Yeah.
This is her voice. So usually when we're saying these things, it's to caution you guys who don't have an accent from Louisiana to not sing that way, and why these more efficient vowels create a different sound.
Most singers learn from their favorite singers. And
Absolutely.
they pick up habits not of their favorite singers, but of trying to change their voice to sound like their favorite singers.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense at all.
Well, and I think without getting too much in the nitty-gritty, the reason why I feel like this is important to understand is that we've talked about this a bunch, but certain vowels resonate well at certain pitches. Mm-hmm. There's a science behind all of this, but that is why the same phrase in the same register on the same note sung by two different people can sound so drastically different, and it's all based on their vowels and their instrument, which is their body, their resonance, the way they're using their air. There's so many things that we can control, and I think you can look and listen to these two ladies and be like, I prefer this sound, I prefer this sound, I want to sound like this, but it's all tools in your toolbox. That's ultimately what we want to get to is I hear Loren Allred already singing, and I hear a very resonant, clear tone that is probably more like classical, musical theater, a different kind of pop than the husky country, softer, like grittier sound that so many people love. So choices for you guys to make.
Yeah. We're not here to make subjective calls, mostly about just like how the voice works, how singing, how professional singers are doing what they do.
Yep.
Because it's not like a secret, and we've always said on this channel, and if you're new here, welcome, but you don't have to be born with it. And just go listen to old Loren Daigle stuff and new Loren Daigle stuff. Absolutely. She was always fantastic,
100%.
But her voice has changed over time. Her voice has changed over time, and yours can too.
Absolutely.
So.
Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Ooh, you say I am love when I can't feel a thing, and you say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, you say I am loved, and I'm
What a good example, right?
Oh, I love this
What
video.
a good example.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Should we listen to both again?
Yes.
Okay.
Now. Warning.
Yes.
We're going to have our own preferences.
Absolutely.
We're going to have things because they line up with how we want to do stuff.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter. They're both fantastic. Get over that.
Yes.
What we are trying to do is we're trying to say, okay, if you, person who is watching this, and you are a person who wants to sing better, you want to sing this song, and you want to see what some voice teachers say on how to sing it. It's going to be easier with some forward vowels. It's going to be easier with some great breath. It's going to be easy. Like, there's so much here. And it's not that we're trying to give Loren Daigle or Loren Allred.
Yeah.
They're both Loren.
They're both Loren. So it's going to get
Thank
tricky.
you. I was like, Loren. They're both fantastic, amazing singers.
Yes.
But we're gonna try to break down things. We're not giving them a voice lesson. We're trying to give you some tips and tricks in order to improve your own singing.
Yes.
And we're gonna get it obviously ourselves.
I'm already excited.
So let's go back and we're gonna watch the two of them side by side.
never measure up. Strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held
So I think Loren Daigle at the very beginning has some incredible vowel choices that keep her in that very forward singer's mask resonance that we are obviously going to be talking about. And it's the U. She does a U, and it's like a smile, and it's a really forward front U. And I think as she goes into the phrase, she widens it up a bit. And it's like the style of her singing.
Yeah.
You say I am held instead of you say, what is the first words? You say I am strong. No, I am loved. Sorry, loved. You say I am loved instead of you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. She kind of opens it up. When I can't feel a thing. And it kind of goes back. When I can't feel a thing.
Stays forward.
And so I think that neither of them sound inherently bad.
Oh, gosh.
The resonance.
I paid so much money to see either of them.
Any of it.
Yeah.
It sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I think you can really hear the difference in the resonance side by side here. So those are my comments about Loren Daigle. What do you want to say about Loren Allred?
Well,
Loren Daigle,
I want to say Loren Daigle, where it has this is going to sound bad. It's not bad.
Not
throaty.
bad. Okay. Yeah.
You say I am loved.
Like holding.
Versus, you say I am loved. You know,
you might not hear a difference.
Height. And I could barely hear a difference with you.
Interesting.
It was subtle. It was so subtle.
Interesting.
But it was really, it's great. And what's crazy is how different it feels to me.
Right.
One of them,
that's
you
dope.
say I am loved. It's not that sounds bad.
No.
But it's not easy.
Yeah.
Versus, you say I am loved is so much easier. I can't even tell you. I could do that all day.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, all of these little things this is why we're trying to speak to singers.
Absolutely.
Right? Because the audience member isn't really going to care. They're just going to say, keep singing.
Keep singing. Both of you
are amazing.
Yeah.
But if you're a person who is in a band or uses your voice or would like to use your voice in a professional way where you're making money from it, you need it to work, and you need it to work consistently every single time. This stuff is important.
Absolutely. I think also you'll hear on these shows, because it's very
Produced?
No. On singing shows, you hear a lot of feedback about singing, and you'll hear producers or singers talk about like control of the voice and things like that. Now, control of the voice and the way we want to talk about it is, do you have control of your instrument? Not do you hold down and have it tightened. You know, it's not like a tension control. I want to bring that up because if you look how Loren Daigle uses a microphone versus how Loren Allred uses a microphone, they're very different. And Loren Daigle depends on the microphone. And she does a lot of this, and that's because there's not a lot of dynamic that she can control from her own voice.
In certain ranges of her
And
voice.
it's fine. Like, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but when you look at somebody like Loren Allred, she's barely moving that microphone. There's not, and it's not a dramatic pull, and it's because she has great control over her voice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how old she is.
She can be really high up in her register and not have to sing loud. Because some people, when they get to a certain part of their she's 34.
She's the same age.
When they get to a certain part of their register, their range, rather, they can only do it if they're yelling. And you know, she knows how to lighten up and pull back and still have the same beautiful resonance in any part of her voice. It's really interesting.
Absolutely. She grew up a musician. She's a classical soprano. So that just proves everything I needed to prove right there. So she's a classical technique. And none of this is to say like one is better than the other. I think that where we lean in preference for sound, because we hear efficiency, we hear resonance, we hear
control, dynamics,
what I would call healthy vocal technique, which leads to sustainability. It leads to a lifelong career of beautiful singing. It's all
40s,
because
50s,
exactly
60s. Yeah.
It's all because of longevity. It's not because one is better than the other in sound or in performance or one's more artistic. It's never about that. It's because I think she is going to sing very well forever, for as long as she would like to, you know, without any sort of horrible accident or something. But I mean, within her control. So that was a weird.
Did All I Want for Christmas Is You?
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey. So Mariah Carey is a constant person that we bring up because she was I'm going to say was
absolutely
such just an absolute monster of a singer and just amazing. But how she did it, slowly got harder and harder as she got older. You know, we all just get older, and that's just part of life. And eventually you can't do it that way anymore. And that's why we always think about that, because we are two people in their 30s. These are two amazing artists, incredible in their 30s. I don't want them to stop in their 40s. I don't want them to stop in their 50s.
I want them to sound just as good as they do now, if not even better in 20 years.
Yeah, let's keep going.
And I believe, I believe what you say of me.
This is an exaggeration. What you say? What you say? It's a little.
Absolutely.
It's throaty. And you can do that. What you say? What you say?
Yeah.
What you say? And one is easier than the other. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Absolutely.
I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. Oh, I know you'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, oh.
That was always the hardest line of that song
Ooh.
because it's so low, and Loren has always had an incredible low register.
You'll have every victory.
Yeah, I want to just talk about leaning into that.
Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. Oh, I know you'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory.
You'll have every victory. That is so hard.
So hard.
And I think that she's always done that part so well. But I feel like for you guys, if you're singing, I mean, this song goes... We actually did a video on this song.
Oh.
And I can link it for how to sing this song.
A cover.
Because we have a cover, but then we also have a tutorial of how to sing it. This song has a wide range. That's incredibly impressive. And Loren has always had such a deep, resonant, lower register. And I think that part of what I hear is the way that you approach singing in your lower register and higher register should be unchanging. Right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we talk about. It should be unchanging, but I hear a difference sometimes in like, and that's so normal because we do that too. It's like, oh, it's low, I better like push, or it's high, I better reach.
Yeah.
And I think a large part of what our goal for ourselves is that it's unchanging.
So how do you sing low, Melia?
How do I sing low?
How do you sing low?
You try to think it's not low. It's just the same thing as singing high, where you try to think it's not high. So a lot of times when you're singing low, it's a descending line, right? So you think ascending.
You think
like,
up as you go
think
down.
up, as you go down.
Don't push it into your chest.
Exactly.
That'll make your chest really vibrant and like it's reverberating, but it's not going to carry in the room.
Exactly. It's not going to come out, which is where you need it to go.
Exactly.
So let me even just like think that line really quick. You'll have every victory. That's hard. I haven't worked on it in a long time.
That's all right.
I think I immediately want to...
This. You'll have every victory.
One other thing, too, I'm noticing is I'm not pushing my air all the way through. I'm not giving it to the end of the phrase. I give up right before that last note. You'll have every victory. Nice. I got to work on that vowel. I have to focus on that vowel. And I have to just remember that I have to sing all the way through the end of that phrase. Those are where I feel myself kind of tripping up on a phrase like that.
Well, it's a tricky one. And that's where,
that's so tricky.
So if you're new to the channel, a lot of singing is mental.
Yep.
And so at least that's what we believe over here. And so if you literally imagine going up as you go down, it's going to be easier. And if you imagine, and I'm not kidding you, this sounds weird, if you imagine that a note is low when it's high, or you imagine you're looking down on that note when you sing it, it's going to feel not so high.
Absolutely.
It's going to be easier.
It's totally mental. And she's doing a great job.
Singers are mental.
Singers are totally mental.
Here we go.
You'll have every victory. Ooh. say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, yes, I believe what you say to me. Oh, I believe.
Can we listen to the last part just one more
Yes.
time?
Can we listen to the last part again?
I just want to listen to that last part again. There's a moment where I feel like I almost couldn't tell who was singing.
Really?
And it was just the last, like when they switch back and forth between the choruses. I think that Loren Daigle does such a good job on that first part of that phrase, just keeping those vowels so forward, and it makes her voice just very
Loren Daigle
resonant.
does a good job all over the place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But in the context of what we're talking
I
about.
agree.
Victory. Ooh, oh, you say I am loved, but I can't.
You say I am loved.
Do I have to try it too?
Oh,
I know.
oh.
You say I am loved.
I think you're way too far back.
Okay. You say I am loved.
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 You say I am loved.
You say I am loved.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
What am I doing? Vowel?
Yeah, I think it's
You
loved.
say I am loved.
Speak it.
You say I am loved.
That sounded very natural.
You say I am loved.
You say I am loved.
You say I am loved.
Nice.
You say I am loved. Woo!
Sorry?
What do you think I'm doing? What about the vowel?
Are you sending air through it? You say I am loved. Because the last time wasn't your vowel, but you're like listening. Are you listening to yourself? Don't do
No,
that.
I don't think I understand what I'm doing wrong. I think it sounds good, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Well, the last time you were under pitch.
You were under pitch.
Nope.
Take
I'm
feedback
right-
well, people.
I'm perfectly right on.
Ooh, oh, you say I am loved, but I can't feel.
Yeah, she's so much vibrato up there.
And just, woo! You say I am loved.
You say I am loved. I flipped. You say I am loved.
That's good.
Was
I
it?
don't-
Just
you
go all the way
can't
through.
mix.
You say I am loved.
It
I should go
sounds
through the
a
end of
little
it.
bit like,
You say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. It feels really like heavy for me. You say I am loved when I can't feel a thing.
So that sounds amazing. It still feels like you're reaching for it. And,
Okay.
I think that she's mixing. Do you feel like she's not mixing?
Loved, loved. No, I don't think she's mixing.
Okay.
You say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. I feel like that was more my mask.
That's pretty good.
I didn't feel it as much down here.
Yeah, that's good.
You say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. I really have to feel this.
Also, the you say needs to be connected. You say I,
Oh, instead of bump, bump,
yeah,
bump.
it's a little bit.
You say I am loved when I can't feel a thing.
Yep,
I know what you mean.
You're getting it.
Cool.
That's it.
Well, we're going to learn how to sing this song after this.
Oh, man.
The way that Loren Allred sang it. Let's listen to her.
dang,
What were you
yes.
going to say about that before we started singing it?
No,
Just that it was-
that. So when I said round, right? This is a sharp like a knife.
Whew.
Like it can cut through the whole mix. It's just. It's wild.
You know what else I imagine? So in college, we had the same voice teacher, and anytime we were struggling with resonance or efficiency, he would just go energy, 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 through,
Spin,
and I just
spin.
spin, and I just see that. I feel like I physically hear and see
man.
that
Yeah.
in that phrase. Let's listen to it one more time.
Ooh, oh, you say I am loved, but I can't feel a thing.
ever realized how flexible Loren Daigle's voice was. I had never noticed her doing. She's got some runs.
Oh, dang.
Girl.
And the note choices are
so tasty.
So nice.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite
Dang.
performances we've watched lately.
Totally.
That was just everything I want in one. I know that I started this video really dramatically saying that I never liked Loren Daigle's voice.
No, you're flip-flopping. Wow.
I think that Loren Daigle is a pioneer for, popular Christian music, contemporary Christian music. I think the fact that she is singing about God on America's Got Talent is incredible, and I've always loved her for that. Yeah. We used to gig, and we used to sing what we would call secret Jesus music, because her songs, we would sing a bunch of her songs.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are relatable to anybody.
You say it's a beautiful song.
It's a beautiful song. So I've always loved her for that. And I am just really excited to see the state of her voice right now. I think more for all the things we talked about, which is the longevity of her career and her being able to continue doing this for decades and decades to come. So that excites me. Loren Allred, I have not watched her a bunch or heard her a bunch, but she is dynamite.
Who didn't sing Never Enough a million times in the shower?
That's true. That was like...
Never enough! Just got... You had to.
We should find a clip of you teaching me how to sing that.
Well, it's on our channel. Maybe you should go watch all the videos. Every single video.
Yes.
So if you enjoyed this video, please, consider subscribing. Go check out our other videos.
Yes.
See if your singing journey can come alongside with us. We would love to help you with your singing journey and speak into that and give you whatever tools that we have and just walk that with you. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And if you like this video, give it a like. We are Chase and Melia. We'll see you soon.